And Byfield and Suzuki dig in. And away we go at the first period. Noah Dobson gets it in deep. And tipped to the line, barely kept in by Clark. Now for another former Canadian, Armia. And then Clark to the middle for Kuemper. Fires it on goal. With 6 goals on the year. And now Brian Dumoulin in that corner. Canadians get it back to Jacky. Fires it. That's tipped just wide. No score early. Now Matheson in for Caulfield. Waiting, centers, and a great save by Kuemper on Suzuki. What a setup there. And he rolls it along, tip to the middle. And Armia gets back to break it up. Kuemper had it, stays in, look out in front. And there's Kuemper again. Great setup, and Demidov, the rookie, with a glorious chance. Ivan Demidov with a 19-year-old. Off the face-off, Mikey Anderson back. Now on to Doughty. Waiting, shoots it. Big rebound, Trevor Moore. And a save by Montembeault. And now it's Kuzmenko, 27.9%, ranked 5th. The Kings have been much better on the kill the last 3 weeks. Here's Hudson, right in. Saved by Kuemper. LA has killed 21-24 in the last 8. Another good chance. As the 5-on-3 continues. Dobson. Now for Hudson, right in front. Tipped up by Suzuki, backdoor feed.
If not for Byfield coming back so hard.
And here comes Drew Doughty. On this Kings power play, leaves it Byfield. He carries the mail in, shoots it right on. Saved by Montembeault. The rebound is loose there. Clark after it. And a rather quick whistle. He finds Doughty. And now Clark trying to walk in. And Clark centers it. And off the goaltender, it stays out. That was close. Byfield right in the goal crease. Now LaFerriere shot. And a pad save by Montembeault. Couple of good chances there for the Kings. He comes in, thought about shooting. In front, Kuemper wide open. And a save by Montembeault. And the Canadians can't clear it by Kopitar. And now Fiala gets the speed going. Up the middle, knocked down. And then Clark overskates it. Here comes Kapanen into the zone. And back to the goal is Kapanen. Comes free for Armia. 4:15 to go in the scoreless first period. Trevor Moore in front. Now back for Ceci. Winds and shoots it. And a stop by Montembeault. In the opening period. As Clark gets to a loose puck. Now for Kuzmenko. Hands it back. Edmunson shoots it right on. And stopped by Montembeault. And kept alive now by Turcotte. Turcotte for Edmunson. Final minute now. Kuzmenko. He looks around. Everybody's covered. Hooks one now for Turcotte. Trying to make a play. And that's knocked away by Jake Evans. Back come the Canadians 3-on-3. Hudson for Anderson. Shoots it. Shot by Anderson. Top corner. 1-0 Montreal.
Starts with a turnover. Right there. Turcotte can't get to the puck. And then all of a sudden, Montreal's going the other way. Now this shot comes from the angle, but what? Out, it's just a perfect shot. And again, you have a right-hand shot on his off wing. So Anderson almost goes down to one knee. He gets the far corner on the play. Great look from behind the goaltender. Kuemper's set. It's just a matter of picking that far corner perfectly. But it all starts in the offensive zone when you have everyone
in that first period. So ready for the second. Teams are at full strength. Both clubs 0 for 2 in the power play. And Byfield on the faceoff. Kings did not have a good faceoff period in the first, winning 36% into the corner. Fiala on it, trying to tuck in front. Kings get it back. Byfield with a move for LaFerriere to Fiala. Right in front, tipped into the mitt. Montembeault, and then they go after Fiala. 10 rush chances in that game. Really more off the rush than the cycle. See if they can improve the cycle chances here in this one. At the line, it's Edmunson. Shoots it through a screen. And a stop by Montembeault.
Don't necessarily look at the result. Look at the process. He said the winning becomes a side effect of that process, and the Canadiens doing it this year.
Off the face-off, Edmunson shoots, and he scores! A bomb from the point, and the former Canadian Edmunson has tied the game at 1.
Now the big smile for the big rangy defenseman. Again, The defensemen switch sides in the offensive zone. It happens many times. Every team does it. You get an opportunity for the one-time shot, and that's exactly what happens. Kopitar wins it so cleanly. I don't think there's necessarily a screen as much as this shot is absolutely a bomb, and watch it. Right to the top, just inside the post. And Edmunson tags it home. He's known for that big boomer, and he gets it done right off the faceoff.
Tipped in front by Kopitar, and now the Canadiens. Gallagher, no, he doesn't get it. And Kuemper with it. Down low for Kopitar. Extended zone time. That shot. Rebound. They score. Byfield gets to rebound. And the Kings have taken a 2-1 lead.
During the delayed penalty. But you need possession. You need control. Not the case. And the Kings just kept grinding it out. There's the penalty, the initial play, where Fiala keeps his legs moving to draw the attention. And then finally it ends up being one of those broken plays. It actually hit the skate of Edmunson to stay alive and goes off to the side. Now Byfield becomes the benefactor on the play. But all of it, fatigue was probably an issue, not only with the referees, but the Montreal Canadiens. They had to follow and chase.
And Brian Dumoulin pulls up. Trying to leave it for somebody. Laferriere in the area, grabbed by Fiala, who again has been on his toes tonight. Byfield tipped in front by Laferriere. Rebound. They score! Fiala! Speaking of on your toes, he is right on the doorstep, and he scores to make it 3-1 Kings.
He ends up with a puck because the Kings just keep getting it down below the circles. Now, Montembeault, the goaltender there, he miscued here. He thought perhaps that one of his teammates was there. Struble was there, but then Fiala fights for position. Keep an eye left side. Yes, Kevin Fiala.
Did they get outcycled a lot in games?
They're 21st this season allowing. Here's a chance.
Short-handed Edmunson, a save by Kuemper. Kuzmenko shovels it along. Matheson trying to handle it. And lifted ahead by Kapanen and back out. And a race. Kuemper knocks Suzuki down. The middle, takes a rather risky route up the middle, lost the puck there. Byfield off the glass, kept in by Gallagher, back to Dobson. And now Newhook in front, stop, and cleared away by Ceci, and that was close. As it got a 3-1 lead. LA is 5-0 when leading after 2.
You normally do not have a lot of pressure, so the Kings back off.
And now it's Caulfield in front. Great right pad save by Kuemper. And now Matheson on his horse to center. In for Suzuki. He waits, drops it, and a shot off the shoulder of Kuemper by Slafkovsky. That was intended for Caulfield, picked up by Fiala. Now Laferriere comes in, shoots it, right on, stopped by Montembeault. Good chance there off the rush. To Bolduc, back to Docker's shot. That's high and wide on the short side. And a race for it. Armia comes in, stole it, into Claire, and he scores! Armia picked the pocket and buries it, and it's 4-1 Kings.
It was just a clear by the Kings. It wasn't an attempted pass, but Armia had the legs off the bench. You'll see the play happen right here. Goes all the way around. Armia just knew, okay, he's going to beat the guy. Hudson, it's actually a lift of the stick. He didn't really battle him. He lifted right down. Great look, guys. That's a great replay. Then you see the quick hands. Once he's squared up, he goes over the pad, under the glove. And the Kings get
by a good margin off a stick, no icing.
That's right. The Canadiens got a piece of that one, trying to prevent the shot.
So 4.5 to go. So Marty St. Louis pulling out all the stops here. Empty net for Fogle. Comes in, shoots, and he scores! Fogle from the blue line buries it. 5-1 Kings.
Now Phil Deneau a couple times, he just went right to a spot where Montreal's going to attack, and he broke it up. Situation because he's being rewarded. He's had a heck of a last half of the game. You see Deneau right there. He's in that center field position, maybe a safety in football, just waiting for the play to come through him. And it doesn't get through him, and the Kings go back the other way.
Rolled around, and now Jaden Struble. That goes wide. No icing here, and that will do it. A convincing 5-1 victory for the Kings, who start out their road trip with 2 consecutive victories.
I know some guys stand out more than others.